Hi there, it's Jules again. I'm still with Lady Mahoney. I just wanted to show you how I do these exercises that I mentioned in my video on her clinical history and so forth. I'm just going to see if I can put the phone down and see if this works. Hi lady. Hi lady. Okay, come on darling. Good girl. Up you get. Good girl. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Nice stretch. Good girl. Good girl. I know. This is fun. Good girl. Good girl. Pop your legs up a little bit. There we go. Good girl. Nice straight back. Okay. Good girl. I know you struggle a bit. Bit tricky, isn't it? Good girl. Good girl. Beautiful. Nice. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Good girl. Can I just hold his leg back a little bit again? You want to hop off? Off you get. Good girl. Come back and reset. Good girl. Up you go. Good girl. Good girl. Up here. Good girl. Good girl. See if you can fix up. Good girl. Here we go. Good girl, darling. Good girl. Almost done. Lost count. Have a nice. Good girl. Lost count. Oops, you right? Good girl. Good girl. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. You good girl. Off you get. Off you get. Off the pad. Good girl. So now, I've got to put the lid on so brown dog doesn't eat them all. Hey brown dog. Right. Come here, lady. Good girl. Can you see? Good girl. Come here, darling. Face. Good girl. What we're going to do. Good girl. Good girl. Nice. Good girl. The lady's pretty even with these nose to tail bends, which is nice. So I let her go as far as she's comfortable, and then I ask her to go a little bit further. Good girl. Good girl. So I try to keep her in the bending, the flexing position for a few seconds. What's on? Good girl. Good girl. I've just got my hand blocking her legs from stepping forward and to step away from it. Good girl. Okay, this side. Good girl. Good girl. So with the elongating spine stretch that we've already done, I tend to do 2 sets of about 10 stretches. So I use the food as a reward, and when she does a nice stretch, then I release the treat and reward her for her efforts. And as I said earlier in the other video, I do use a little balancing pad just to lift her front end up a little bit higher. Hello. Here, lady. Concentrate. I know, nanny time. Here we go. And this side, one more side. And so with the nose to tail bends, I like to, good girl, do about 5 or so each side. Good girl. Yeah, this side. Good girl. There we go. Good job. Good girl. You have those ones. Good girl. Then the other exercise I like to do is what I call the marching exercise. So come here, lady. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So with this exercise, I lift one leg at a time for about 5 seconds, not too high off the ground. just to encourage her to engage her core muscles and her stabilising muscles to help build some strength in those. So she'll be less likely to fall and injure herself, hopefully. And I tend to use this pattern, left fore, right hind, right fore, left hind, to mimic a normal walking gait pattern. Good girl. I believe that helps also with proprioception awareness and gait training. So when you've got a dog that's developed a pacing gait, I always do this marching exercise in that normal walking gait pattern. So, good girl. So lady is heavier. When I lift her right hind leg, she tends to weight bear more through and allow me to sort of hold her up, and that's okay. That basically tells me that her left hind leg is not as strong or as stable. So when I lift up her right hind leg, it forces all of that weight in the hind end onto the left hind leg, which is the one that she has lots of problems with and lots of arthritis in that hop joint. So, good girl. Now do about 5 sets with that pattern as mentioned earlier. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And I've lost count once again because I'm too busy talking. Good girl. I think that was 5 sets. What do you think? Good girl. Now always reward the effort. Good girl. Thank you, honey. What do you want, brown dog? You want some too? Alright. Not that you had to work for anything. Did he? No, he didn't have to work, did he? So now I'm just going to set up the obstacles quickly. Bear with me, sorry, for a moment. You right, ladies? Where are you going? We're not done yet. Not quite done yet. See that? Good boy, brown dog. I need to space them out so lady can step at least 1 step each foot in between the obstacles. Good girl, lady. Oh no, Nana time, huh? Today I'm just going to use a simple pattern just to show you in a limited space what we do. Lady. Good girl. Okay. Brown dog. Over. Good girl. Over. Oh, where are you going? You're cheating. Did you cheat? She did cheat. What are you doing, brown dog? Lady, come on. Come on, no cheating. Over. Good girl. No bunny hopping. Good girl. Good girl. Good trying. Try again. It's not you, brown dog. It's not your turn. Lady, come on, darling. I know. You've got to fight for the treat. Hang on. Why are you bunny hopping? Okay. Good girl. Okay. Over. Lady. What I might do is put one treat down. Come on. Lady. Lady. Oh, you cheated again. Brown dog. Come on, lady. Don't worry about brown dog. Come on. Over. Good girl. Over. Good girl. Over. Good girl. Oh, you found the other treat.
Stand up. Come on, girl. This will be yours.
Good girl. Over.
For being a pet.
Good girl. Over. Yes,
There you go.
over,
Don't feel you alone.
over. Good girl, perfect. Good girl, over. Over, slowly. Good girl, beautiful. Again, good girl. Yeah, over, over. No bunny hopping. Come on. Try again. Over, over. Perfect. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, we'll do a couple more. Oh, it's a big noise, wasn't it? Don't worry about it. That's okay. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. No. Why do you bunny hop that way? Okay. Why do you bunny hop that way? Come on. Over. Good girl. Over. Perfect. Good girl. Can we try it again this way, ladies? Then dog, you go over there. You only like going this direction today. Okay. That's okay. Good girl. This way, lady. Over. Good girl. Good girl. Over. Perfect. Good girl. Good job. One more time. Over. Over. Good girl. Oh, you want a treat. Okay. Over. Good girl. Well done. You ready? We'll go again. Last time. Yeah. Good girl. Over. Over. Good girl. Beautiful. Okay. So you may have noticed that lady did try to bunny hop over a few. I still rewarded her for her efforts because I don't want her to give up. I want her to keep trying. So obviously stepping over obstacles is quite difficult for these older dogs when they do have a reduced range of motion in their joints, and you know, they are limited to what they can do, which is why I try to limit the height as well, and I want her to try to do these as regularly as possible to help improve her walking gait, to see if we can get her walking much better and walking with less of a pacing gait. So thanks for watching. Bye.